Hello and welcome to Aviation this week on Channels Television. Bukola Joe Oketumbi. Most countries in Africa face tough challenges in developing and upgrading the continent's infrastructure for air transportation. The International Airline Transport Association, IATA, insists aviation infrastructure built to global standards on the ground and in the air is one of the foundation stones for a successful air transport sector. On this edition, our focus is on the provision of airport infrastructure in the country.
Aviation is an economic engine that can generate long-term prosperity for local and national economies. In 2014, the industry generated more than 58 million jobs and $2.4 trillion annual economic activity globally. Airports where planes arrive and depart act as a facilitator for growth, unlocking latent demand. In most countries with inadequate airport infrastructure, this has resulted in these countries failing to capitalize fully on the brisk growth driven by increases in population. Two years ago, a national airport remodeling exercise began. With the exercise designed in two phases, the implementation centered on the refurbishment of 11 airports in each phase. The Murtala Muhammad International Terminal was expanded on the D and E wings and extended a few meters forward. The General Aviation Terminal was not left out. Likewise, the International Airport in Abuja and the Malam Aminu Kano Airport in Kano State. The Port Harcourt Airport Domestic Terminal remains a shadow of itself among many others. In 2013, the federal government also signed a $500 million loan agreement with China for the construction of 4 international airport terminals in Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Kano. At the moment, work is ongoing in the 4 locations. Earlier this year, the Murtala Muhammad Airport 2 installed what is known as a self-service kiosk as part of plans to eliminate airline queues. While it appears the industry has made a little progress, airport development takes center stage at this forum.
Being a regulator is a privilege as well as a right. And whatever you regulate, you can regulate into economic prosperity, or if you over-regulate, you can actually regulate to destruction of that economy. I'm afraid that our regulators, despite the hard efforts we've put in the past, do not seem to understand that having a regulator is about creating an environment. And creating an environment is about creating enterprise. There are 180 million Nigerians. Less than 4% of us fly. And out of that 4% that fly in terms of number, honestly, less than 1% of Nigerians actually have seen the inside of an aircraft. Why are we converting a mode and means of transport into an elite club? It doesn't make sense.
Most of those here say Nigeria has not scratched the surface in terms of terminal capacity.
I did suggest at the stage that the right thing was divide the airports into 4 major zones. Lagos zone, under a private concessionaire, can develop Lagos, Ibadan, Benin, Ilorin simultaneously. Abuja zone, under a concessionaire, can develop Jos, Abuja, Kaduna, Minna as a zone. The Port Harcourt zone can take care of Enugu, Owerri, and whatever is left in that axis.
For others, which is the way to go? Private capacity, public-private, or an outright sale of the airports?
We should have a company that will look into or be formed in order to take those potentially viable airports and sold on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. This company will now be able to develop our airports as a result of being able to generate capital from the market, giving room for inclusive investment whereby anybody can come in and buy shares. The remaining airports should be run by the government.
The airport's ownership is a question. Master plan of our airports, especially our #1 airport, where is that master plan? We are calling government to immediately implement the master plan of MMA. Master plan of MMA has been replaced with the church, with the mosque, and with tanker drivers. It's so sad.
When all is said and done, what passengers look forward to are terminals and facilities that not only promote the safety and security of the airspace, but also the comfort of passengers.